Hello, everyone. We warmly welcome you all to our special program brought to you by Indian Achievers Forum. I'm your host, Vatika Singh. Indian Achievers Award is an honor that celebrates the people who went extraordinary to effectuate their aspirations and ideas. In this series, we emphasize not only on the struggles and achievements of the people, but also on the social contributions they made to their native land, India. Before introducing you all to our one such achiever, let's take a look at the small AV.
Indian Achievers Forum is driven by a full-fledged advisory board. The board consists of experienced personalities who have excelled in their respective careers. Together, the forum organizes conferences, events, workshops, exhibitions, trade shows, and B2B initiatives in India as well as abroad. Where there is passion, there is achievement. And where there is achievement, there is Indian Achievers Forum.
Today we have with us Mr. Rajendra, who's the CEO of 3 Cortex Technologies India Private Limited. Hello, sir. How are you?
Yeah, hi Vetika. I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
I'm fine as well, sir. All right. So before entering into the questions, I'd like you to tell something about yourself and your professional.
I'm Rajendra, co-founder and CEO of 3 Cortex Technologies India Private Limited. Coming to my professional journey, I would say it started 20 plus years back. Started as a pure technology aspirant in an IT firm. Coming from an IIT Mumbai, joined the campus, post-campus, joined a company. And I've been fortunate to have a company which enabled me to learn a lot of things as I grow in the organization. So I think the company enabled me to learn the banking technology, starting from core banking, trade finance, treasury, lending, which are all the operations done by a banking department. So I've become from a, I mean, I would say from a developer, I've become a person who can actually talk the business language, represent multiple customer forums, helped or enabled so many solutions to tier 1 banks, I would say. So these are global 10 banks like Citibank, JPMC, Barclays banks, so of the world. And fortunate again to work with Reserve Bank of India. So that's something which I really proud of. Rolling out a treasury solution for Reserve Bank of India is like heading that journey is like you are actually taking care of the entire country's resources. So I think the exposure made me really strong, and treasury became my passion as I grow in the organization. So starting from a developer in the organization, so I reached a stage quite faster. So organization did take care of me quite well, and I was heading the product when I last left the company, my first company after 18 years. So I was heading a team which is 200 plus team, and yeah, I think 18 years, I felt I should really check whether I'm really grown with the experience or in the new age technology. Can I do something what others are doing? So that's when I started to actually venture and join another company. Again, it gave me a lot of opportunities to learn the new cloud-based solutions. Again, created a team from the scratch, created a treasury platform or business line for that company. So I think it really helped me to grow my confidence in the treasury technology space, and got a feeling of being an expert, creating value to the team and also the customers and also the organization where I was working. So that's something which is like really refreshing and rewarding journey, I would say. I had 20 plus years. And then I took the plunge of actually starting my own company, which is 3 Cortex Technologies India Private Limited. Again, it's a fintech. We are actually having a goal. I think this decade is going to be very critical for the Indian IT firms who are going to create innovation and I think we are quite optimistic about the future. And yeah, that's where the entire journey, I think I'm quite excited about whatever has happened and whatever is going to happen in the future.
That's really great, sir. Moving ahead, I'm really keen to know that what inspired you to pursue this particular
I
business.
think very good question, Vatika. So here, I would say what inspired me. I think I've never thought actually like me. I will start a company of my own. When I was working, I was focusing on whatever was there in my hands, trying to, take the opportunity with both the hands, try to learn as much as I can, and give my best always. So that was always the way I worked in my uh, the earlier stints. But yeah, when I changed my first job, that's when my customers, like whom I worked with earlier, so they started reaching out to me, asking, Rajendra, can you actually help us in doing this? And that too coming from a regulatory authority in India, uh, asking us to set up something really motivated me to start this journey. I would say I would attribute this thing more to the customers who believed in me to and trusted me to actually start this journey. So, in fact, many startups struggle to get their first customer, but I think I was quite lucky to have my first customers before even I started my company. So that's something which is really good about 3Cortex journey. And yeah, I think also I would also attribute to the people whom I have worked with earlier. So my peers, my team, the leaders in the earlier companies, who had actually pushed me to the limits, who had actually made me realize my potential. So that's something. I think these are all the triggering points I would say for starting something of my own.
Right, sir. So, since we know for a fact that starting anything has never been easy for anyone, so what all were the hurdles and the challenges that you had to go through initially when you started off?
I think starting always feels good. Basically, like when you're starting something of your own, you're quite excited to start your company, your brand. I think many of the people are really excited to start up something of their own, but there are quite a few challenges. Basically, I think I would say the main challenge is I think coming out of that mindset, especially having a very successful career of 20 plus years, where leading next to CEO level, reporting into the leadership, and being part of the executive committees of the top companies actually which I work. So that I think that mindset shift basically, not having the pay packet, huge pay packet, whatever 20 plus years will give you in the IT industry. So starting again from zero is the major challenge to come out basically. And I think living that without having that pay packet or whatever it is, right? So that's the first thing, convincing the family at this stage where you have a lot of obligations. So this is the first major challenge and major hurdle. So I was again quite lucky to have the supporting family, especially to in this journey. And the next major challenge, I would say, is to really create. While we have the initial customers, it's easy. It's good feeling that like you have some revenue coming out of your initial customers. But what is really challenging is to reach out to other parts of the country and other customers who you are not knowing basically. So creating or percolating your product line or a business to the customers whom you are not aware. So that's another challenge. So again, we are actually going through that, I would say, but we have really found a way how to actually come out of that thing. So we have actually given the product demos for more than 100 plus customers so far. It's been really taken quite positively. So that's what is quite encouraging. And it's not only in India, so it's like Middle East, Asia Pacific, and also the Western countries like US and Europe. So I think this is something which is an ongoing challenge, I would say. But yeah, it's a good challenge which we are again living with.
And I'm sure that these challenges have made you much more stronger for all your future endeavors. All
Yeah.
right, so moving ahead, now I'd like you to tell something about the product and services that 3 Cortex Technologies caters its customers with.
So, 3Cortex Technologies is primarily a fintech company which is focusing on treasury technology. So, treasury technology is very niche inside a bank or inside any organization. I would say, because it's something like, I mean, you cannot see when you walk into a bank, you will not see a treasurer basically. So it's something which is hidden inside the treasury department. So we cater to that department. So in fact, our first customer, where we have delivered a solution. So we take the entire country's treasury transactions happening across the country in the foreign exchange, money market, fixed income, derivatives, and we create the benchmarks like which are used for valuing companies' assets basically, and accruing, I mean, borrowings and loans which the company is taken. So it's used by the banks and also the non-bank financial institutions across the country. So we are actually computing those benchmarks, which are very niche, I would say. And the product, whatever we are actually offering to our clients is Saya platform. So we benchmarked this platform to solve the data problems which any organization would be facing. So if you see in a conventional 10-15 years back, the data which is created by a digital system was much lesser. Nowadays, if you go to a Facebook or LinkedIn, so there's huge amount of data which is getting generated, and even the payments basically. So the payments are now much easier. Anybody can do payment transactions using mobiles. So the technology is making things a lot easier in the finance space, and that brings us a fresh challenge. Especially the companies who can manage the data quite well in the next coming few years are going to be successful, I would say. So I think that is where our forte lies. Saya platform comes to manage the data of enterprises and banks using its product lines like ReconX. We specialize in reconciliation. So we match for the accuracy of the data. So if you have the data, the data has to be ensured that it is accurate. So ReconX is a product which is actually in Saya platform, which enables that, which ensures that data is correct. And ResolveX is another product line which ensures post the data is reconciled, whatever the workflow which is needed, that is actually taken care by ResolveX. So the workflow and exception management is taken care by ResolveX product line. And there is, I mean, while you actually take care of the workflow, which is like manual operations and the reconciliation, what is more important for a CXO layer and a treasurer of a bank or a enterprise is taking decisions from the data. So we have this analytics module which is embedded into Saya platform, which comes with a visualization, which helps the CXO layers and treasurers to take decisions, effective decisions for the data, not going through a lot of Excel sheets or not a lot of data. They don't have to really dive. I think it help them to take the decisions quite well. And being treasury product specialists, our team came out with a Quantex. Quantex is actually like computations. So using the data, you can on the fly we can compute any complex algorithm. So that's what we were doing for creating the benchmarks of India, basically. So 11 benchmarks which are computed. So that's something which is our strength, basically. So the treasury knowledge, and I mean all these 3 or 4 things coming together, creating a unique platform for the modern day challenges, and being a cloud native solution, offering it as on the cloud, makes us more unique for the current market trends. So that's what the product and services we offer to our customers.
It's really commendable, sir. Moving ahead, we all have certain plans for our future. So, what are your future plans with respect to the organization?
Yeah, future plans, as I mentioned, so we are doing quite well in India and also in Middle East and Asia Pacific. So now the focus is on growing the business and taking it to other geographies. So again, we believe in Make in India quite. So we have created a platform which is again, I would say, world class. I mean, with all the experience, I would say, like where personally I was actually traveling to 30 plus countries, both emerging markets and also US, Europe and all in my previous organizations. So the knowledge which is gained through those journeys did help us to create a platform which is current to the time, and we're quite happy to solve the challenges not only to within India but also to take it outside. So that's where We are working with some of the organizations, our partner channels outside India, and you'll be listening a lot of success stories in coming years, Vatika, about the growth.
Right, sir, and we wish you all the luck for all your future endeavors. Okay, so sir, you must be knowing about the Atmanirbhar Bharat campaign prevailing in the country at the moment. So, what are your views on the campaign, and how is your organization working towards it?
So, Atmanirbhar campaign is a very powerful campaign in my view. I would actually like to correlate here. I think Indians pretty much like when I started my IT career sometime 2000 basically, we are pretty much good in services basically. So we emerged as a leader in IT services during 1990s, late 90s, and we have emerged as a leader. And India is looked as a leader in the IT services space. But yeah, Atmanirbhar Abhiyan, which is created by the government, so it's really good to create the confidence in Indians basically to create while you are good in doing services. While I'm quite proud that a lot of CEOs of multinational companies across the globe are Indians, when we can run a successful business and or make a business successful, I think Indians can create. Uh, I mean, when we always look about innovation, talk about innovation, we take Silicon Valley. But yeah, I think this Atmanirbhar Abhiyan, in my view, uh, makes India or gives India a better position in the world map as an innovation hub, and I'm sure this is going to yield us results. And I'm also happy that like I think if Atmanirbhar Abhiyan is just the beginning and we are part of this journey, I think Three Cortex is also like the pioneers. I think the people who are part of the startups culture and creating the innovation. So we are also happy that like we are actually I mean living towards this trend and making or setting a benchmark for other people to follow. I think that is where actually I'm quite happy about, and I'm really thankful for everything which is happening about Atmanirbhar Abhiyan in India.
First of all, congratulations on winning the Indian Achievers Award. I really want to know that what was the feeling when you came to know that you have won the award, and who all were the constant supporters in this journey of yours?
I think Indian Achievers Award. I mean recognized as the promising startup of year 2021 in the fintech space, especially like for our work in regulatory space and also for creating an innovative platform SIA. I would say this is, I mean, the entire team is happy who is being part of this journey right from the day one. I think it's like a rejuvenating factor for us. If you really ask me personally, we know that this startup journey is going to be like a marathon, and I especially like Indian Achievers Award, winning that award is like rejuvenating yourself as you run this marathon race. I think this is like an energy providing booster basically. Like you get your water like as you're running the marathon, right? You get your energizers as you go. So it's something I very important and very crucial for us, especially like a neutral party recognizing our efforts and recognizing it at India level is quite amazing, and we're quite happy about it, and we're quite excited. Again, it's marathon run, and the entire team knows that. Like, look, we are not going to stop here. So we are here to actually continue this race, and this is definitely a very important milestone in Three Cortex journey.
Right, sir. So now, since we know a lot about your professional role, tell us something about your social contributions also.
I think while we are taking baby steps in our business, basically, Three Cortex is moving towards its goals, toward whatever it's set for business line. We're also cognizant of the fact how do we contribute back to the society, basically, or the social responsibility, being an organization, or the leaders in the current IT space, what we have been living for the last 20 plus years. So we, the leadership team of Three Cortex, did really sit together and actually discussed about this, and we have come out with a endeavor called as Sayathon, when you actually correlate it. It is Sahayathon basically. So Saya is our platform, and Sahayathon is actually like a helping hand towards the professionals. The reason why we started Sahayathon is right. So as we have grown teams from 10 members teams to 200 plus members teams in our previous organizations. So what really helped us to grow as leaders is understanding the problems of the Gen Zs, young generation, I would say. I mean, if you see, there are a lot of programs by many companies, buddy programs, like when somebody joins your team new. But I think here Sahayathon actually gives a platform. Like I myself spend at least 2 to 3 days. I mean, thinking about some of the questions posed by the Gen Zs who knows me, and also like the word of mouth actually propagates, and we get a lot of queries on some of the challenges. I would like to mention like some of the challenges which Gen Zs undergo is like see they do a lot of I mean the education is become costly nowadays. So I think there is like education loan, and you have your first company where there is a good work. So whether to actually quit for the next level to settle in your life, get married, or whether to continue doing the same work where you are getting knowledge. So these are all a lot of questions like basically like people are undergoing where they cannot actually reach out to their parents. They need some industry leaders to guide them, knowing what their aspirations are. So this is a clear thing. And probably again a middle age crisis in the leadership is as a professional is where people really don't know whether they are successful or not. So they can't measure whether money is success, or whether the role is success, or whether personal life is success. So I think there are so many confusions which are at each people level. And I think nowadays software as a service is become prominent. So sitting anywhere, you can create a platform and actually you can roll it out to international customers. Same like that, like if you are a good leader and if you are a good mentor, I think we want to do it for free, basically, for all the professionals who really have genuine problem, who would like to discuss those problems with us. We spend good amount of time coaching them, and there are people who are, I mean, 100, at least 100 people who trust the Sahayathon platform, and I think we are quite happy to make a difference in the professional lives of young Gen Zs.
Right, sir. So, before concluding this session, you know that IF is followed not only by mainstream organizations, but also those young minds who aspire to be like our achievers someday. So, what is
Yeah.
that one message you would like to give them?
I think for young generation, my only message would be there is no shortcut for success. Okay, that's as simple as that. If you want to be successful, you define your success criteria, and you work towards it. And if you are good, I bet basically you would actually have your opportunities. Only thing is you have to believe that that is your goal, and for whatever it is needed, whether you have to put the extra learning or whatever it is, right? So you put it, and everybody needs good people. All the organizations are looking for good people who can make a difference, and that's what is the mission basically. Like we want to promote young talent, and I think three cortex success. I think we are going to measure. I think the founding team is going to be measuring if we can create at least 5 entrepreneurs from Three Cortex. We are the most happiest company as part of this journey. I think that's what our goal is, and that's what we'll be doing next. So there's no success, there's no shortcut for the success. So I think go for it.
And that, I must say, sir, is a great piece of advice. Thank you so much for joining with us today. It was pleasure talking to you, and we hope that you continue to inspire people of all ages forever. Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks, Vatika. Thanks a lot.